Hello, I'm Darren Wrend. As a fishmonger for around about 15 years now, and what we're going to do today is Salmon En Croute, which is one of my favourites. What we're going to need for this is one salmon, some rolled puff pastry, we've got some lemon, some parsley, we've got the cracked black pepper and lemon butter. I'm also going to add a little bit of extra pepper in there as well, and we've also got the egg wash that we're going to use with the pastry later on. We're doing salmon en croute, so what we definitely need to do with this one is skin it. Always go from tail to top. Try and get your fish as close to the edge as you possibly can. That means I can use the hold of the knife and keep it nice and flat. I'm going to come in from the tail end. Now what I need to do is be nice and gentle with the first cut, and I need to just get my knife to sit on top of the skin and then press down, but not with the edge, and just let the knife start to move. Don't try to force it too much, let the knife slide, and every time you start to move your knife up, fold the fish over, regrip so the thumb is just touching the back of the knife, and then carry on. Fold over, regrip. There's no rush whatsoever. Take it nice and gentle. And I've got that last little bit to do, and perfect. Right, so my salmon's ready. I've also trimmed it down to suit the size of the pastry I'm going to be using, and it's already on grease-proof paper, which makes my life much easier. So we'll take our first fillet, and what we need to make sure is that we put it so that the skin side is going down onto that first. Okay. I'm going to simply season it with just a little bit of some parsley, and that's going to sprinkle on top. And then just to add a little bit of zest, what I'm going to do is lemon, grater, and just a little bit on top there. Okay, as well as that, what I want to do is add a little bit of this cracked black pepper and lemon butter, which you get free with your purchase. Just break it up and place on top. Add a touch more of the pepper, and pretty much that is now ready. Okay, so we're moving on to the second fillet now. And what we need to do with this one is make sure that it's the flesh side that's going to go down, and we're just going to simply place on top and make sure it's nicely married up there, so we've got a nice clean fillet on top. Before we move on, what we need to do now is just get some egg wash, and I'm just going to go around the edges of the pastry before I add the second layer. Okay, so we're ready for the second layer of our pastry to go on top. Move from one end to the other, because you don't want any air to be trapped in between. Press down using the side of your hand so you get a nice seal, and then move upwards towards the other end so you're forcing all that air out, and then to seal at the top. Okay, what I'm going to do next is just trim off the excess around the edges. And back onto the egg wash. I need to do the whole of this to make it come nice and golden brown. And then finally, if we're looking at what I've done, I've got all this excess, hate waste. And we're pretty much ready now to go for the oven tray. Okay, you've got quite a bit of weight here because you've got the big salmon fillets, you've got the pastry, you've got your little bits and pieces down the centre, so into the middle. The oven's preheated, it's around about 200 degrees, which is roughly 6 on your gas mark, and it's going to take between 30 and 35 minutes for this to become absolutely beautifully crisp, golden brown, and ready to serve. So here we have the finished article, absolutely fantastic, and I'm just going to serve up a little slice to show you. Absolutely beautiful. Served with some seasonal vegetables. I like it with fine cut green beans, a little bit of hollandaise on top, and that is basically a meal ready to go. Absolutely superb.